As Nelda likes to say, sometimes all it takes is a spark.
My experience is that money and investing and business is an intellectual sport. Money and investing and business typically do not respond well to emotions. I look back on some of my biggest financial mistakes, and I've got some doozies. And at the root of every one of them is one of three things. Either at the time of the investment, there was excessive optimism, or at the time of investment, there was unexamined assumptions, or at the time of investment, there was ignored risk. And had I been able to control my optimism, had I, before I put money in or before I did something, had I been able to think through what are the assumptions I'm making that may or may not be accurate, had I been able to look around and ask the question, what could go wrong? Is there anything here that could bite me really, really hard that I'm simply ignoring because I am so emotional, or so I'm using my gut, my glands, to make what should be an intellectual decision? Most of the people that are listening to this have heard of a book that is an international bestseller, is 70 years old. It's sold 85 million copies worldwide. It's been translated into 150 languages. Most of us have heard of a book called Think and Grow Rich. Some of us have actually read that book. The name of the book is not Dim the Lights, Hold Hands, Burn Incense, Sing Kumbaya, and a sack full of money is going to fall on your head. That's not the name of the book. The name of the book is not Use Your Emotion, Your Gut, and Your Glands and do what you're passionate about, and then you're going to get rich. The name of the book is Think, and they're right. Business and investing is an intellectual sport. And I learned this years ago. I was listening to probably one of the smartest, best businessmen I've ever met. This is over 30 years ago. And he made a comment while I was in a meeting with him. Somebody asked him a question. He said, I don't know. Let me get back to you on when I can give you an answer. And he opened his little day timer. This is before blueberries and blackberries and crackberries. And he opened his little day timer and he made a little note. And he looked at the guy in the meeting and he said, the next time I'm scheduled to think. And I looked at him and I went, you must be kidding me. You scheduled time to think? What a great idea. And so I picked up on that and I started looking at myself and I looked at other people. I mean, if I ask you or ask the people on this call, look back at your diary, at your calendar over the last 12 months and count the number of entries in your diary where you set aside time to think. And I promise you that number is going to be 0. People don't set aside time to think. And so then they wonder why there's all these gotcha and whack-a-mole and pin the tail on the donkey and reactionary drama going on in their life. And it's one thing. Nobody's bothered to sit down and think about, okay, where am I making some assumptions that may not be true? Where am I optimizing for the short-term benefit as opposed to the long-term outcome that I really want? Mm-hmm. Where are some risks I look at the deals that I've done that haven't turned out, and I promise you, in 90% of them, had I just thought about what could go wrong, I could have identified it and avoided the dumb tax. But no, I had to ignore all those risks. I had to be excessively optimistic, irrationally exuberant, and stick my money in or do something, and then I wind up with a mess. And the key to getting rich is to avoid doing stupid things.